Hello there, everyone. You're listening to Jasbir Kaur, and today we're gonna start with our new unit, which is Basics of Geometry. So, what is a geometry? Now, geometry help us to study size, shape, positions of angles, and dimensions of things. This is the basic definition of geometry, how it helps us. Now, what are the basics which we can learn to understand the shapes, the angles, and the lines or rays, etc.? So, first of all, we'll learn point. What is a point? Angle, how we can make angle, what is a plane, ray, line, line segment, curved line, horizontal line, vertical line, etc. So, before starting that, let us learn few geometric terms of geometry. That is, what is a point? A point is an exact location in a space. Exact location in a space, right? Let us see the example of a tip of a pencil. It's an example of a point. If we see the distant star in the sky, that is also the example of a point. If we see the vertex of a square, that is also a point. If you see zero mark of your ruler, that is also a point. Now, I hope you have understood what is a point. Point can be anything. It can be a tip of a pen, it can be the starting point of a line segment, it can be the starting point of the ray. Point can be anything, right? So now, what is a line? A line is a collection of points that continues forever in both the direction. Both the direction means both the opposite direction. It will go on endlessly in both the direction. It will never end, right? So that is called a line. Now, what is a line segment? A line segment is a part of line with two endpoints. That means we can say that line segment has a fixed length that can be measured, right? If you see your book, you can measure the breadth of your book, right? You can measure the length of your book. That is called that. All these sides of your book is called a line segment. It is an example of a line segment. Now, what is a ray? A ray starts from one point and extends in one direction forever. You can see this is the starting point of a ray, and it is going on and on in this opposite direction. So this is called a ray. You can see the example of a torch. It is an example of a ray only. Now let's learn about an angle. How an angle is formed? An angle is formed when two rays share an endpoint. These are the endpoints, right? So when these lines meet at a point, they form an angle, right? So an angle is formed when two rays share an endpoint. Now, what are intersecting lines? Intersecting lines means they intersect, they meet at a point. Let us see if this is line AB and this is line CD. They meet at a point O. If we write O over here and they are meeting at point O, so they are meeting at some point, so we can say it as line AB and line CD are intersecting lines. Now let us see these perpendicular lines. How we can say the lines are perpendicular? We can say the lines are perpendicular when they form a right angle. When they form a right angle at some point, when any two lines form a right angle at some point, they are called perpendicular lines. You can see these are intersecting lines. They are meeting at a point. We can say that these are intersecting lines, but they are perpendicular lines. We can say that these are intersecting lines, but they are also perpendicular line. Why? Because they are forming a right angle at some point. Now, what are parallel lines? Parallel lines are lines that never intersect, that never meet anywhere. They are not having any type of intersecting point, so they never meet. These lines are called parallel lines. Like you can see the railway track. If the railway track will meet at a point, the train will not go on. So it should be there should be a parallel line so that the train will run on a track, right? You can see the example of the lines on your notebook page. They are also parallel. They can never meet at a point. then if they meet at a point, how you will write in those lines, right? So these are the examples of parallel lines. Now let us see what is this. It's a line because they are having two arrows at both the ends, so it will go on and on in these both directions. So this is a line. Which type of line? It's a horizontal line. This is also a line because it is also having two arrows at both the ends, so it is a line. Which type of line? It is a vertical line. Now you can see it's a ray. Why? Because it is having one starting point and it will go on in this direction forever, so it is a ray. This is also a ray. This is its starting point and this is the direction in which it will go on and on. Now what is a line segment? Line segment is a part of line. It has a fixed length, as we have learnt. So it is having two endpoints and we can measure this line segment. Now this is a curved line, right? Curved line because it is having curved. Example of S, if we write S as an example, so it is also a curved. If I draw a circle, if I draw an oval shape, it is an example of a curve. Now what is a plane? Plane, as we see the surface of a blackboard in our classroom, we see the flat screen of our TV. These all are the examples of a plane. Now you can see over here we are having a plane. So in mathematics, plane will go on and on in all the directions without, and it will go in this direction also, in this direction also, in this and this, all the direction it will go endlessly. So we can say it as plane xyz. We can also represent this plane as plane y with a small letter, or we can write plane p if we give it a name, give it a letter. And now let us see few angles. What are the angles? How we can form angles? How we can identify whether the given angle is an acute angle or a right angle or an obtuse angle or reflex or right angle. Now if we see this protector, we will consider its inner scale. If the angle is less than 90 degree, if the angle is less than 90 degree, it is an acute angle. If it is exactly 90 degree, it is a right angle. If the angle is more than 90 degree, it is an obtuse angle. And if the angle is exactly 180 degree, from 0 to 180, it is a straight angle. And if it will extend then 180 degree and less than 360 degree, it is a reflex angle. Now let us see over here which type of angle is this. This is an acute angle because it is less than 90. We can identify that this is less than 90 degree because 90 degree will form a perpendicular a line. We have learned right now that what are perpendicular lines. It is forming a right angle. So this is an acute angle and this is a right angle because it is forming a 90 degree angle. Now this is a reflex angle. Why it's a reflex? You can see the angle is out of this angle. This angle is formed out of this angle, so it is more than 180 degree and less than 360, because if we talk about 360 is a whole circle is of 360 degree. Now this angle is less than 360 degree and more than 180 degree, so it is a reflex angle. Now which type of angle is this? This is an obtuse angle which is more than 90 degree. We can say it as it is more than right angle, right? So if the angle is more than 90 degree, it is an obtuse angle, right? And if an angle is straight, it is 180 degree. This angle is of 180 degree, right? So it is a straight angle. Now let us see again this example for protector. We'll consider this inner scale, that this angle is of 20 degree. It is an acute angle. This angle is of 50 degree. It is an acute angle again. This angle is of 72 degree. It is also an acute angle. If we talk about this 90 degree, it is a right angle. If we talk about this 120 degree, it is more than 90 degree, less than 180, so it is obtuse angle. It is an obtuse angle. Now this 150 degree, 150 degree is also an obtuse angle. If it will extend more than 180 degree, right, more than 180 degree and less than 360 degree, it is a reflex angle, right? It is an reflex angle. I hope you would have learned what are, which type, how many types of angles are there, what are rays, what is a point. So I hope you would have understood this basics of geometry, and if you have any query related to this topic, we'll clear it out in our online class. So good luck and practice this geometry. You'll understand more carefully. Thank you everyone.